Hello. My name is Doug the Spud. Welcome back to Persona 5 Vanilla. We don't play Royal here in this house because we are late to the party. We show up 20 minutes late with Starbucks. Welcome back. I hope you're doing okay today. If you aren't, I hope I can do a little something to make you feel better. And hey, even if you're doing okay today, I hope I can still do something to make you feel better. Today, we are getting ready for Yusuke's hopeful move-in party. He moved out of the dorms. He thought he was going to move in with An. Guy can't take a hint. Can't live with Ryuji. So we're going to try to get him to move in here. And I'm burpy because I just finished a Dr. Pepper. I need a little pep, Need a little pep in me. Need the caffeine. But I get burpy. So, yeah. We're back here. And does anyone else remember? Of course no one else remembers. No one watches this but me. But I tried to get, peppery going as, the alternative to salty a while back. And I think I actually tried to get some friends at college to do that before, in the before times, before the pandemic. You gotta laugh about this stuff because it's depressing if you don't. That catchy guy seems pretty influential. Someday we'll make him eat those words, though. But let's forget about him for now. Just focus on having fun. Come on, we need to prepare. So yeah, we got a party going for Yusuke, and man, this music's so gorgeous. I mentioned it before, but it reminds me of a song from Naruto, those happy songs, or there's this really nice Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Love those games. I'll probably do a playthrough of some of them sometime, maybe. But very, very beautiful song. I just love this. It just kind of conveys this quiet time with friends. You're all having hot pot for dinner. Looking forward to it. Want to join us? Then you know how busy I am. You guys go have fun. Amazon, right? She's a nice girl. She is. It's better flat she looks. She is. She said your friend doesn't have anywhere to go. Asked if I could take him in for a bit. Guess she thought it'd be too pitiful for you to ask since you're already freeloading. Anyway, I should have a big pot somewhere around here. Same kitchen. It's a cabinet for kitchen supplies. I wonder if there's a suitable pot in here. Found an old earthenware vessel. It should be big enough. Ah, you found it. It's almost time for the others to get back from the shopping trip, so I'll leave you be. I'll be down here for a while, though. Just be careful with the fire, okay? It is a big pot.
And now, on to the hottest meet and greet segment of our show. After his last appearance
It's Anna,
was so well received,
our favorite
we
merchant
to bring back this
with
fine
no support
gentleman
conversations.
Today. It's the high school detective, Goro Akechi.
That tastes a bit bland, but I'm relieved. A lot's happened, but it seems your grades haven't dropped.
School's been going fine. I'm more worried about you, sis. Are you tired? You're probably lacking sodium.
Do I seem so?
But hypothetically speaking, if these phantom thieves are real,
Why does
I
food
believe they
always
should
look
be
so
tried
good in
in a court of law.
video games and cartoons and
That's
anime and
quite the
stuff?
statement.
That
Are
stuff
they
looks
committing
so
crime?
tasty.
Some people even say that the thieves are actually helping their victims abandon their evil ways.
what the artist Madarame did truly was an unforgivable crime. However, they're taking the law into their own hands by judging him. It is far from justice. More importantly, you should never forcefully change a person's heart.
Is it a crime to manipulate someone's heart?
Depending on the means, yes. He's absolutely right.
Even if it makes someone admit their evil deeds and helps make them pay for their crimes?
Why the sudden interest?
It's nothing.
Do you believe that these allies of justice exist?
Of course not.
You don't need to think about such unnecessary things. You understand what I'm trying to say, right?
Study hard and go to a prestigious college.
Moving up in the world is difficult as a woman. Yet you can't do much if you don't have the authority. I'll use every
Sorry,
method
my
necessary to make it
headset
happen.
got
All you need
twisted.
to do is remain focused on what must be done now for your future's sake.
Sorry.
Now. Yes? It's fine. Oh, that case.
What must be done? Justice.
If those phantom thieves are out there helping people, I'd root for them, no questions asked.
What do I want to do?
Obviously, Makoto's gonna be a party member, but there's something I like the fact that there's like this initial hostility to nearly every party member. It's kind of cool. I'll talk more about it later.
That was delicious, Lady Ann. I'm sure you'll make a wonderful bride some...
What kind of compliment is that?
Sorry.
Jesus. God.
I'm gonna have to borrow the sofa.
Are you guys serious?
What's wrong, Yusuke?
We haven't finished our meal. What about the porridge? Or even udon?
Just leave it for next time, man.
She's asleep already?
It'd be weird if she wasn't tired. We should let her sleep.
By the way, Ryuji, how do you know An?
Huh? Oh, we went to middle school together.
What was Lady Ann like back then?
Not so different from now. Once we got to high school, we ended up in different classes and stopped talking. I don't think she had many friends. I mean, she grew up overseas. Plus, there's her looks. The popular kids hate her, the quiet ones stay away.
I see. So, what about you two?
Us?
This is a great opportunity to get to know each other better. You know every detail of my past at this point. It's only fair you tell me every detail of yours.
So you got nothing to lose, huh? Alright, I'll tell ya. It's just a normal story about a rotten kid, though. My dad left when I was young. Ever since then, it's just been me and my mom. I was actually trying to get a track scholarship so I could make things easier for her. In the end, I just screwed it all up. Turns out I'm a pretty bad son,
No,
huh?
don't say that.
Back when I was a first year, my mom got called out to school for me raising my hand at Kamoshida. All the teachers kept hounding her for what I did, but she just stayed quiet through it all. I'll never forget the look she had on her face, though. On the way home, she apologized to me.
God.
For being a single mom and all.
So that's what happened. They say at school that everyone is equal, but in reality that's a gross oversimplification. I understand how you feel.
Well, when it comes to getting labeled, nobody's got it worse than this guy.
Is this about his past?
Now that I think about it, we never have heard the details.
Are we getting a flashback?
Damn brat! I'll sue!
If you keep this up, then I'll report about the money. Is that fine with you?
All I have to say is that you did it on your own. And it's over.
But I just did as I was told.
Who do you think I am?
No!
Hey, make this statement to the cops. This kid suddenly attacked me. Got it? If you even try to say anything else, you know what'll happen to you, right?
Huh? But...
This is bullshit. You fell on your own.
Shut up. You're done for. You're gonna learn what happens when you cross me.
Excuse me, folks. We received a complaint about an argument here. Is something the matter? Oh, it's you, sir.
So what happened? Explain it to the good officer.
that young man suddenly attacked him. He shoved this
And now I'm
gentleman to
pissed
the
off
ground,
about
and
this again.
man got injured.
It's as she says. Also, make sure you deal with this so my name isn't mentioned at all. You understand what that means, correct?
Yes, sir. Hey, cuff him. Understood.
Damn. What the... Ugh. I thought, oh hey, this could be a happy party.
Just
No.
listening to it pisses me off. God damn it!
I'm with you,
You
Ryuji.
got an assault on your record just for that.
The woman sounds quite horrible as well. She stayed quiet this whole time.
That man is just the kind of person whose heart we should steal. Who is he? And where can we find him?
I don't remember.
You can't remember, huh? Well, it was at night, and I'm sure you were in shock after getting arrested. I understand all too well the pain of not being able to remember important details of your life.
The victim's personal information is always kept secret. Identifying that man will prove difficult. Besides, the courts already made their ruling, didn't they? Even if we manage to get revenge, his past record won't go away.
I can't stand it. This world is so messed up. The weak are left to fight for themselves while rotten adults get away with whatever they want.
And those in power don't do anything to help the situation.
Can't we fix this, though? Nobody would even know. We just need to show the world what true justice is. We'll make them come to their senses.
You're right, Yusuke. That's gotta be what our powers are for.
Sounds good to me. The flashier our missions are, the cooler we end up looking.
You've all taught me so much.
What are you guys getting all excited about?
Oh, sorry. Did we wake you up?
Nah, not really. I've been up for a while now. Still, this weird feeling came over me while I was listening to you guys. It almost feels like I've known you all forever. Do you think it's because our backgrounds are so similar?
Well, it sure ain't because of anything good.
Similar, huh? I'm the only one who doesn't fit in. I don't have any past to look back on. No memories.
What do you mean? We could search the whole world and we wouldn't find a bigger misfit than you. And the reason we're going to Mementos is to get your memories back, right?
I'm sure your past will be just as troubled as ours.
No doubt.
We'll see about that.
I actually feel like I've known Morgana for a really long time too. It's so strange. I can't really put it into words.
Look, I'm helping you guys out for my own sake. Don't get me wrong. If you don't get stronger, investigating Mementos won't be anything but a pipe dream.
That sure was a quick turnaround. 1 second you're depressed, the next you're acting all tough.
All joking aside, let's take this seriously. We should go as far with it as we can. I want to punish those corrupt adults and give courage to people in trouble. Only we can do that.
Ha! You can say that again.
Being a member of the Phantom Thieves will surely help me grow, both as an artist and as a person.
Of course. You're under my tutelage after all. There's nothing we can't accomplish.
Well, I hope we can keep this up. We should be alright with you as our leader.
Leave it to me.
Whoa, it's this late?
I guess now's a good time to call it for the night.
Oh, that reminds me. The owner said you're free to crash here, Yusuke.
That's very kind of him.
You convinced him, didn't you? You go, Miss Older Dude Charmer.
What kind of nickname is that?
That's also kind of rough considering your background.
Unless I take a bath.
There's a bathhouse nearby, so you can go there. I won't be able to join you, though.
Oh, that sounds great. I want to come too. How about you, Juan?
You guys go on ahead. I should get going.
Wait,
Well,
are bathhouses
good night,
something you
Morgana.
can deal with? Are they co-ed? I don't know.
Damn it. I need to turn back into a human soon. I can't let her get taken by someone else.
It's like so hit or miss.
Huge bathtubs really are the best. Han's missing out.
It's a bit hot, though.
Old guys like it hot for some reason. I'm sure he'll stop eventually. You know, I've been wondering for a while now, but what do you think about On? As a girl, I mean.
She's a great teammate. I'm not gonna say anything else.
Oh, that's not what I meant. Come on, can't you act a little more like a guy our age? Doesn't she
not.
at least look better than a celebrity?
I'll be sure to share what you've said with On.
Oh, please don't. Seriously?
That aside, We need to hurry and find our next target.
About that, though, is targeting famous people enough? Seeing people's reactions these days has been making me think
No
twice
concern about
what we
that
do.
old dude.
True. Pursuing only what's best in the short term may end up becoming fruitless for us. We need a strategy to appeal to the public.
Oh? What do you got in mind?
Do I look like someone who could come up with such a thing?
I was an idiot for asking. I'm more like the charge commander, and Morgana's a specialist of that world. Still. It's freaking hot! How much do you have to add until you're satisfied, Gramps?
Ooh.
I can't stand it anymore! Anyways, let's meet up again early next week. I'll contact everyone.
This game is weird. Welcome to Casa de Spud.
Did something happen?
Aren't you going to sleep yet? I'll be fine here. I sleep in my studio on occasion, so this is luxurious in comparison. I'm going to protect my sleeping beauty no matter what it takes, but I'm still awake. I'm not talking about you. Wait, don't ever eavesdrop on me. Alrighty. Okay, to make up for that long episode, we're gonna have a shorter one here. Partially just because, yeah. Partially because I had to use the restroom, and it is what that is. Yeah. Also, this gives me some time just to chat. I hate being burpy. It makes me sound like I have this weird voice when it's really, I have burps coming out, and I don't want to burp into the microphone. It's kind of gross, but it's like, I really do enjoy this game a lot, but it annoys me, because it's like, one moment it's like able to kind of capture like that feeling of like systemic injustice, of how that horrible gut feeling when someone accuses you of something you didn't do, but they had the power to say it, and like, for all intents and purposes, it's true because of the institutions and systems of power that we have in place work against, the people it should be protecting. And then 4 minutes later, you have half the male characters acting like beeping toms. And it's like, why? Why is this game like this? But it's, I don't know. Like, I enjoy it and stuff. And like I said, that's probably my favorite thing about Persona 5 is that, at least as a Let's Player, weird adjective, but I don't know. I'm cringe, but I'm free. I'm cringe, but I'm free. Yeah. As a Let's Player, I get to talk a lot about a lot of this stuff, and it's ultimately Persona as a whole, from what I've experienced of it, as somebody who super enjoys playing these games and appreciates the story, it's stuff like that that's just kind of meh. It kind of takes away, I just think having your comic relief comic relief should not be, pervertedness. Pervertedness should not be a comic relief. It should not be as funny. And, it's something that I feel like kind of, is becoming less acceptable and, some of the Western media and stuff, but it's still very acceptable in a lot of other areas. I'm not trying to make this American stuff is so much more enlightened and stuff, because it's not. There's a lot more problematic elements and stuff. But it's just I only experience a certain small subset snippets of Japanese media and stuff, but you see it, and it's just kind of in this global world we live in, where we see all these things, it's kind of I can't I don't feel comfortable with it, obviously there's the perspective of me being 23 years old in this game where you're asked to play as a teenager, and it's perfectly normal, in a way, because this game is targeted to teenagers, so it's supposed to be that teenage fantasy. Had I played this game when I was in high school, I probably would have, really been into it in different ways, and probably would have not been as, because I can't relate to Ryuji or Morgana and stuff, because I'm asexual, so I don't have those urges. I don't want to look at people like that. But you know, like, and I like the thing, like, you know, with Persona 3, when I talk to my friends about it, it's like, I'm happy I never played this game when I was in middle school or high school, because I probably would have been obsessed with it. And, you know, there are some problematic aspects of these games that, like, you know, are kind of sidestepped and just, you know, not acknowledged. That it's unfortunate. Like, you know, like, I like Yusuke's character and stuff, partially because he's a voice actor, but also just because it's like, you know, I like his design, I kind of like his story arc and stuff, but the fact of the matter is just like his treatment of An is seen as a non-issue, where it's not even just like, hey, that initial aspect of him asking her to do that is so gross in terms of the narrative, but it's not treated as a villainous act, and it's played for laughs, and it keeps getting played for laughs, and him just not being able to, like, kind of take a hint in the boundaries. It's like, and, you know, like, I think, you know, I've seen some stuff talking about how, you know, Yusuke might be kind of coded for the spectrum and stuff, like, and it's just kind of like, yeah, maybe, but, like, it's done in kind of like a bad way, where it's like the only social cue he's not really picking up, or the one that's, you know, we're seeing drawn more attention to, is the fact he can't pick up cues with An and stuff. And it's like, there are ways you can do that are more respectful, but, like, because, like, the big problem with, like, a lot of these Atlas games, or at least the Persona, and when I say Persona, it's also Catherine in that regard, because I feel like, because I think they're actually similar teams working on these, so it's kind of like there's like that connective tissue. But it's just like how, like, sex and perviness is used as, like, comic relief, and it's just kind of, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth and stuff. And, like, you know, when it's like, because it's like that conversation that happened with Ryuji happens in Persona 3 and Persona 4, where the game kind of has, like, you know, your bro character going like, hey man, what do you think of this chick and this chick? And it's kind of like, yeah, guys talk like that, you know, girls talk like that in different ways too. Like, it's not so necessarily wrong and stuff, but it's like the game always kind of like, those characters kind of like, you know, there's like that subtle shaming of, like, from usually like, hey, why can't you talk like a guy our age and stuff? It's like, it's supposed to be played for comedy and everything, but, and, like, you know, there's a whole slew of things to talk about, just like how the Persona games handle the protagonist, and, like, the protagonist-centered morality and everything. But it's just kind of like, you know, it's kind of like this idea of, like, it normalizes these behaviors and stuff, and then when you start the game condemning, you know, sexual abuse, sexual harassment, you know, and then have characters like Yusuke who, you know, kind of push that and borderline, actually I think that is sexual harassment what he does to her, or tries to do. And then you have Ryuji and Morgana, you know, like, Ryuji's kind of slight, kind of pervy in a way, like, not super bad, but still kind of bad, like, where it's kind of like, why would you look up her skirt when she's taking a nap? Same with Morgana, and then Morgana has that kind of, like, creepy crush where it's like, because you don't know how old he is, so is Morgana a kid, and it's just like a precocious crush, or is this, like, you know, it's a cat too, which just makes it weird, you know? It's like, I don't know, it's just like these problematic aspects and stuff, and it's like, it undercuts, like, these powerful moments, like experiencing the, you know, Joker's arrest all over again should be a super powerful moment, and it was, and I got frustrated and stuff. And, you know, and then there's just like the, hey, and you want to come to the bathhouse with us? Like, why do that? Why? It's disappointing, guys. And it's like, you know, like, as happy as I am to talk about these aspects and to have, like, a good example to provide, like, hey, this is double standards and stuff. Like, there are so many double standards in Persona 5, oh my god. But, like, I don't want the thing I provide the example to be the thing that I'm supposed to enjoy, and that my enjoyment is, like, distracted because the games just feel very immature, even though they deal with, like, these immature topics and stuff. Like, you know, there's, like, these really powerful and important moments, like, you know, like, initially, like, I thought, like, my closing, you know, statement was going to be about how, like, man, this game has this cool catharsis because, you know, it addresses just how frustrating it can be to feel like to see that the system is broken and that it's not working, and that it feels like there's nothing you can do. But I have to talk about, like, these moments just because it's like, you can't escape it. Like, it's just kind of there, and it's just kind of like this specter looming over the game's narrative and all the creative decisions, where it's just like, hey, guess what? You can't have this great game talking about like social issues and stuff because we can't let go of the humor that we had in the early 2000s. Because like I think that's the thing. Like, you know, you go back and you play Persona 3 and you're just like, oh man, this joke's a little homophobic. Oh, that's a really transphobic joke right there. And you don't think, man, I can't believe, you know, they got away with this back then, you know, like, or man, things used to be really bad back then. We changed a lot lately. It's, wow, Atlas has been doing this since 2007, you know, because, you know, there's still kind of like those jokes in here and stuff. Maybe not as explicit and stuff, but like I know like there's a lot of controversy over Royal, the English dub. They changed a segment, and I guess we're going to get to it during the summer break trip, and I'll probably go on a rant about that too. But it's just like, and they changed it to be more friendly to the two queer characters who were involved with it, more like painting them in a better light. And then you have Catherine, which I'm probably going to play that game, and it's probably not going to be it's going to be a lot of this, a lot of this, just because it's, you know, it's a game that tries to talk about these mature themes, but it lacks nuance, and it's just like, and it tells a very particular story, which isn't necessarily a problem, but it's just like Full Body tries to bring in, like, you know, some more queer themes, but does such a bad job with it that it's just kind of like, oh my god, have you talked to anyone who is not straight? But yeah, it's just, I don't know, this is a fun game, and I enjoy it, and like, you know, there is a certain relief in just kind of venting about this, and like the gameplay is fun, and the social sim aspects are cool and stuff, but it's just like, you know, it's kind of like, I don't want to say it's an Icarus, because this isn't like a, because there's almost like there's some nobility in being compared to an Icarus, like, oh, you flew too close to the sun, but you couldn't stick the landing. It's like, you know, there's these high ideals they're striving for, and I guess maybe they deserve a little credit, but the fact is, it's just like they didn't think through anything. It's so frustrating. Looks like my cat wants to hang out, so this is a good time. But yeah, I don't know. I did have fun with it. I hope you enjoyed some aspect of it, because this wasn't all bad. But, you know, there are, you know, there's always a big but every time you play Persona, I feel like. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope, regardless of how you were feeling today, that you feel a little better after watching this. But please, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Remember, Black Lives Matter. And I'm happy you're here. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.